Young did also was he used validated testing and he followed the manufacturer's instructions for preparing single doses to get ready for these analyses. And he lays out on his website, which I will provide to you so you can attach it to this interview on your website. He lays out in detail the methodology and he says specifically so that others can replicate it. That's a good scientist. Now, here we're going to start with, I've provided you with some photos that we've got to go over, really critical. Let's take a look at photo one, because photo one represents, according to Dr. Young, his analysis on the Pfizer vials that he looked at. He verified the presence in multiple vials of graphene oxide, but Stu, one of the shocking things he was able to prove, and you'll see them in a subsequent picture, is parasites and numerous different types of metals. I'm not talking about like tiny little amounts, but aggregates of different types of metals. Photo one as our first photo shows Pfizer's lipid nanoparticle that we've talked about so many times. These two little white dots are there at the nano level. Remember, you could never see this with the naked eye. Two of the lipid nanoparticle transporters that are carrying the mRNA. It's truly science fiction and very chilling. We're going to look now at photo two. This is also from the Pfizer vial. And what you're seeing here in photo two is a cluster of graphene oxide. Again, still at the nano level of microscopy. Now, we're going to move on to the Moderna vaccine. What Dr. Robert Young, what he found was that it was a conglomeration of a carbon-based reduced graphene oxide substrate. And he said that a lot of the nanoparticles were embedded in that. And that aligns with what we've heard about before in terms of the technology, what Chemicell sells. Remember that is embedded into a graphene sheet. And so he also said that those nanoparticles were composed of carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, aluminum, copper, iron, and chlorine. You may say, well, some of those elements are, they're pretty basic, and we know we already have some of those in our systems. We don't know what the combination in a metallic, composition means chemically for our bodies. Moving on, photo three is again another Moderna vaccine analysis. And what he's showing here is the metal debris in the material. This is the material after being diluted properly for a single dose injection into a human being. This is what is in there. Now, I want to show you photo four is probably one of the most stunning, and there are several of these on his website. Photo four shows a single parasite